Is it Ahmed or Ahmed?
Ahmed. Sorry, that was Ahmed. Riz Ahmed.
That guy's sweet.
He's great.
You know what he's also in?
What?
Rogue One.
Oh, he plays that communicator guy,
Yes,
right?
he does,
that
yeah.
like defects.
The defect,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
God, that movie's a mess, hey?
It was a good mess though.
It was, yeah.
All right, we're back for another episode of Watch Culture, the show where we give you recommendations on movies you should watch. Before we talk about the movie, Mike and I want to let you know that we would really appreciate it if you liked and shared this after you watched the video and you enjoyed it, obviously. And even better, subscribe, because with your support, we can continue doing stuff like this, and it means the world to us.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. So let's talk about Nightcrawler. 2014's Dan Gilroy vehicle.
Oh god, it was. I remember watching this movie at the Metro.
Yeah.
I think
That's a theater we have in Edmonton.
yeah, it's like just imagine like old school theater that is like living way past it, like longer than it should, but it's like the coolest place ever. But anyway, I remember watching this as part of like a double feature, and I think it was like
a grindhouse kind of deal.
Well, not really a grindhouse. I think they just took like two really good movies from that year. So I can't remember what they had in it, but I was watching Nightcrawler, and I just remember because I saw it with a friend that night, and it was such an intense and riveting movie. I don't use that word often. I use the word I use the word classic a lot.
You do say classic a lot,
but this word, like, if there is one word I could describe this movie as, it's riveting, because the way it's shot and the way Jake Gyllenhaal, who does a fantastic job in this movie,
he's super creepy. Like
the grime on a countertop that you haven't cleaned in like a year or two. Like,
that's kind of what he's like in this.
Yeah, and like it's so weird because he's done absolute trash leading up to it.
Yeah.
Like
I think this is like not necessarily the turning point, but this was around the point when he started making films like Nocturnal Animals and Stronger and Prisoners. Prisoners was just before this.
I think Enemy before or after?
I think it was around there.
Around this time, yeah. Like,
but he's starting to come into his own as an actor.
Oh, definitely, like 100%. I think this movie like definitely solidifies his position as like a really serious actor that people need to start paying attention to.
Yeah.
And then like I said before, like I remember watching this movie at the Metro, and I'm just leaning forward the whole time, and when we finished it, that's all my friend could comment. It's like, you realize that you were just leaning forward. I'm like, yeah, no, because it was his portrayal of Lou, like this character in the movie, was just so engrossing.
Yeah. Okay, but let's talk about the movie itself. So it's about, just so it's clear. So it's about Nightcrawlers, another term for them are stringers, the people who go out and find and film crime scenes and other persons of interest type stuff for news companies. And
what they do, so like when they take these photos, they go out to local outlets, like local news outlets, and they sell these photos for a profit.
Yeah.
And you'll see the main character Lou, who's played by Jake Gyllenhaal, run into like this one company that has like a really strong hold in the LA. I think it was LA, right?
Yeah.
In the LA area.
Yeah.
And you kind of see this light bulb click and be like, where his character just goes, you know what? I think I can do this, but I can do it better.
Yeah, so he's ruthless.
Yes.
He's relentless, he's ruthless. He's, like you said, riveting, so lots of R words. He is a very like crazily focused guy. He starts out by like stealing a bike to fund his ability to buy a camera and a police scanner. So you like right from the get-go of this film know that this guy is a one-dimensional, creepy, will do whatever he can to make his way to the top of the ladder.
I remember looking up a review for this, and one of my favorite line from that review is when they described Lou as a character was that it was a guy that's watched and read all these self-help books, and then just internalized those, and then applies all the steps to his everyday life, and you see him do that throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Like whatever he does, there's always
precise.
Yeah, it's precise, and it's to his benefit.
Yeah.
Regardless of who gets hurt.
Yeah.
Or who he's like negatively impacting. Like.
Yeah.
He's so cold and calculated.
The way he treats this employee played by Riz Ahmed, is amazingly cruel.
Yeah.
He finds ways to undercut him and then manipulate him, and well, without ruining the movie, he just, to the bitter end, he does everything within his power to stay on top of his
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
and everyone around him. Like Renee Russo, his contact in the network, he manipulates her. Like manipulates her into sex, among other things.
Oh, I remember that scene. I remember that scene, like, and I just felt so gross.
Yeah.
Because, like, minor spoiler alert, like, she reluctantly, like, agrees to it.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
No. But I kind of want to see where this goes. And that's the real magic of this movie, is that you first think that he's the protagonist of the movie, but no.
He is like a villain by large.
Oh, sure. Definitely. Yeah. And then the real crazy part about it is that you really want to see what he does
next.
Yeah, what he does next and where he's going to take things.
Yeah.
Because there comes a certain point where you're just like, this has gone way too far.
Yeah.
But then he takes it further.
Yeah. What I find fascinating about it as a film is that it exposes a lot of the seedy underbelly of media as we're exposed to it.
Especially when it comes like the Nightcrawlers, because it almost looks like they're pretty much selling snuff films. Like almost, it's this weird, like, gritty take on it. And when you're watching, you're thinking, this
can't be real. This isn't like how it actually is. But I mean, whether or not it's true, I think Dan Gilroy does provide an interesting perspective.
Very phenomenal.
Yeah,
very phenomenal job. Like one of the cool things is that I loved how it was shot.
Yeah.
Because you want to know what it made me really feel like? It made me feel like a movie's like Collateral.
Yeah.
What was another one? I had another one on this, but like it made me feel like I was watching Collateral over again, and because it was just so well paced, and it really showed like the LA nighttime.
Yeah,
right?
it's very meaty. There's a lot to chew on in this story, and Bill Paxton does a great job too.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah, I think he plays another stringer, like you mentioned earlier, the more successful company, and eventually he becomes compromised. But again, I without talking too much about like the resolution of the film, I think we've made a pretty good case for why you should watch it. So
100%. Like, and take like a nice cold shower. You got to take like a nice long shower.
Yeah,
watching it.
Yeah, it's very grimy. So that said, I think you should watch this movie.
It's a real classic, in my opinion.
Mike thinks you should watch this movie, so go watch it. And if, like I said, if you like the video, please give us a like, a comment, share it, and subscribe to our channel. And this is Watch Culture. Thanks for watching.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Crosstalk. My name's Mike, and today we're going to discuss why the cinematic masterpiece that is Armageddon is an instant classic. Point 1, Michael Bay. Oh, hey Chris. Ah!
No!